Adapt or get left behind. I don't think people understand how historical this picture right here is, where Elizabeth Warren is pushing back on World Liberty Financial. What I want you to understand at a very deep level, I'm not telling you what to invest in or what to do. I'm sharing you with what is actually happening. And this is much deeper than you think. We need to understand the historical context of this, why this is happening, what will happen, and how we can navigate this. But before I do, this is only my research, my opinion, and I'm just being transparent on what I'm doing. On the back end, I share with you my exact portfolio. You have to make your own decisions. That's the point of this. I'm trying to provide financial literacy so you can make informed decisions, not emotional ones, not off price predictions, not off hype. That era is dead. And I'm telling you, after February, mark my word, in the financial system, spiritually, financially, darkness is going to come to light. Mark my words, save this video. Brokers, banks, financial systems that are not for the greater good of humanity and do not have good intentions are going to get exposed over the next 12 months. Mark my word. So this picture is historical. So picture the old era, banking, spiritual, mental, and physical dying off, and a new era coming in, Web 2.0 to Web 3.0, industrial to technical, an archaic banking system to a new banking system. Now, Elizabeth Warren is talking about World Liberty Financial. World Liberty Financial is my number 3 investment. Now, I'm not telling you that so you can still go invest in it. I'm sharing with you why it is for me. It quickly climbed up when I saw World Liberty Financial get launched because I understand the infrastructural change of the financial system. I understand the old archaic system, and I understand history. Before 1907, we had a bunch of different currencies in the United States. Ownership was real. Your time was traded for real money. Money was rooted in reality. We owned properties, we owned land, we owned equipment. When we labored, we got paid in real money. 1907 to 1913, specifically 1913, December 23rd, 1913, the Federal Reserve was created, which is not federal nor is a reserve. They used that name to make you think it was governmental. It does not have reserves. Was created, became a centralized system. That is key to my conversation in this picture right here. And became a centralized system that controlled money supply and job markets. And after 1913, we started taxing us. Our labor became detached from reality. So our labor was now traded for debt. I'll spare you all the historical. We'll go deeper into that in education as I move on in my channel. But from 1913 to 2026, the US dollars collapsed 96 to 97%. And so the feds, who is not federal nor reserve, who doesn't have reserves, their job is to control our money supply and our job markets. Remember, they're not part of the government, guys. It's a private entity. They do this through interest rates. So they say that 2 to 3% inflation is healthy. But at 2 to 3% inflation, about 24 to 30 years, you can do the math, you lose about half of the purchasing power of your dollar. Just have to go to school, get a job, get a 401k, trade time for money, get paid in debt, monetize by getting an auto loan, a 30-year mortgage. You're taking away from your future self, and your dollar is losing value. But the upper people, the 1%, the ones closer to the printing, have much cheaper money, and by the time it gets to us, it's really expensive. It has to go through all these layers, and there's interest added on the way down, and you get the worst of it. So this is why this picture is historical. Elizabeth Warren is so worried about Trump's ties to World Liberty Financial. Why? Because it's decentralized. They're out in Pakistan making deals with the Middle East, and they said to us, they just said, if you watch my YouTube video, 3T Warrior Academy, it's here. It's changing. You can't stop it. We can now be the bank. But why is this important to you? Because number 1, your system is changing. Number 2, the dollar is transmuting. Number 3, you get poorer every single year. Now, the difference is we have a choice. We can actually take a look because of technology and say, man, maybe I can invest in the new rails. You need an offensive and a defensive strategy. Offense is assets that go up and down in market cycles. Everything cycles. Defense is things that will always be here, and you can beat economic cycles. So when the offense is winning, you want to pull profit off the offense and get it into defense. When offense is getting crushed, because markets always cycle, it's not different this time. It's not a super cycle. It's going to come back down. You leverage against your defense on the right side of leverage, and you get back into offense and you buy people's fear. Warren Buffett, buy when there's blood in the streets, buy good companies at fair prices. So what's happening is you're going into decentralized finance, and you have the ability to invest in some of these rails. What I've done is increase from stopped lifestyle creep. Lifestyle, my living expenses are 15% of my income. So if my lifestyle changes, it stays 15%. Anything outside of that, which is income, is debt, because income is debt. I create cash flow or I put it into assets. I use assets that beat inflation because that's a silent taxation from the Federal Reserve, who's not federal nor reserve. If you don't get a raise every year that beats inflation, you become poor every single year. What I do is I create cash flow with my income, put into dividend stocks. So 10% of my income, which is debt, I put into dividend stocks, which creates more income, which is debt coming in, which is someone else's debt. That's all cash is, guys. They don't have your money. It's just a number in a computer. And the only I take the income, which is debt, and I put it into A, which is asset, which would be offense. Assets go up and down. My assets are, being transparent, XRP, Bitcoin, WLFI, World Liberty Financial, Solana, HBAR, VChain, XLM, and I have many other cryptos. I'm going to consolidate up into the top four. My top four by 2030 will be XRP, Bitcoin, WLFI, and Solana. Those are maybe my top four. You don't need a bunch of different cryptos. Buy good companies at fair prices, or good cryptos at fair prices. Stop jumping from crypto to crypto. There's no get rich quick. My stock side, American Bitcoin, XXI. That's offensive. A and capital DR. When my offensive profits pull money off the table on the way up, as you're trying to come in and get rich quick, I'm selling you, okay? Because it's going to come back down because everybody, the rich pull profits up here. As you're trying to get rich quick, we're pulling profits on the way up. I pull it down into P, protection, which is defense. You need a defensive strategy. My defense is cash value life insurance, the greatest investment ever. Protected principal, defense, market-like returns, offense mixed with defense. That's badass. And OPM, I can leverage from the life insurance company at very low interest at no liquidation risk. And do what? I can buy your fear in offense when you come running back out because you become fearful when the markets are collapsing. I can, richest man in Babylon, leverage and buy more at very low interest, beat inflation, and recycle and de-risk back and pay the loan off. My defense is also copper, silver. I'm going to do Berkshire for stability, longevity. So that's defense. L is leverage. Okay, I use leverage. I'm lean and mean on the personal side. No credit card debt. I pay off all my personal loans. I don't even have a personal car. They're all run through my businesses. Keep my lifestyle at 15% of my overall income. I invest the rest. Then I de-risk, DR. Money compounds every 7 years at 10%, but if you understand money as debt, you can compound it much faster by understanding the cycles. It's not different this time. It will cycle. It will go up. There'll be more 10, 10, 20, 25 in crypto. Stop believing influencers that tell you to just hold on to your crypto and just leverage it. It is way too volatile. We do not leverage on the crypto side. It's too dangerous. Leverage on the insurance side, which is no liquidation risk. You should only leverage to buy assets that create cash flow or make you wealthier. Stop leveraging to take away from your future self. Buy a paid off car, drive a hoopty, buy what you can afford, and invest the rest. It will take a while, but I promise you, if you're patient, you will be free unbelievably. The feeling of freedom is everything. You'll be able to have the lifestyle at some point. Like I said, I have a really good lifestyle, but it's still just 15% of my overall income. So if you see my lifestyle change, that means my income's gone up and my investing is still the same. Does that make sense? That takes discipline. So I hope this information reaches your heart. My goal is to provide financial literacy. And I have a project that's going to be coming out next 7 months. I'll need your support with that is going to change how people think about the economic system, because it's not our fault. We were indoctrinated into us, but it is our fault once we get the information, because knowledge is not power. Knowledge enacted upon becomes powerful. Warriors, rise! Historical photo. Love you guys. Get your shit together.